Can you remember how many times you set goals for yourself, but you were too scared to even try it out? Maybe you wrote it down on a piece of paper, or you shared it proudly with your friends, saying that this year you're gonna do it. No matter if there are simple goals, like reading a book, finishing your degree, starting that one business idea, getting healthy and fit, just playing in the snow, or walking about 830 kilometers in nature. The point is that you keep making promises to yourself and others. The list of promises and goals is getting bigger and bigger. You don't do any of those, and the disappointments, the anxiety, and anger are taking over you. I'm here to tell you, and also tell to myself, that it is time to take responsibility for our own happiness and act upon our own goals. One of my goals was to walk the Camino del Norte and find a cure for my burnout. The last 2 years were years of great mental challenges for a lot of people, including me.
The disruption and uncertainty caused by COVID-19 over the past 15 months has left workers suffering stress and exhaustion.
Inevitably, we were pushed in an artificial environment, governed by instant gratification, fake expectations, and where your pleasures are placed in an unrealistic context.
Generation.
This is a big time bomb ticking.
These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue.
We lost touch with what is natural. We lost contact with nature. We weren't able to socialize, to shake hands, to be with our family, or just give a simple hug to our loved ones. Staying indoors day by day fueled anxiety, depression, insomnia, and made us more sedentary. The fact that we had to stay inside and face a great social disconnection made us look for healthy coping mechanisms to help each other to face this threat. There are a lot of people still facing mental disorders and a lot of challenges in life, and for every single challenge there is also a solution out there. And now I want to share with you one of the most significant and powerful solutions that I found against depression, stress and anxiety, a solution that changed my perception on how to live my life, and an experience that showed me the way. The Camino, which translated from Spanish means the way, it's unlikely any other walking adventures, adding a life-changing spiritual dimension to the existence. Known as the Way of St. James, is a network of pilgrims' way leading to the shrine of the Apostle St. James the Great in the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela. The Way of St. James became a major pilgrimage route of medieval Christianity from the 10th century onwards. Since 2013, the Camino de Santiago has attracted more than 200,000 pilgrims each year, with an annual growth rate of more than 10%. The scallop shell, often found at the shores of Galicia, has long been the symbol of Camino de Santiago. It is the most distinctive way to spot a pilgrim on the way. Each pilgrim will most probably have a shell anchored to their backpacks. Nowadays, the Camino networks expand way further outside the Spanish border, having routes that start from France, Belgium, Spain, or even Italy. Camino Francais, or the French way, is one of the most popular and one of the most commercial routes. The one that I walk is the Camino del Norte, or the North Way, and is the second longest route out there, about 830 kilometers, and is one of the toughest routes and less popular because of its changes in elevation. The route follows the north coast and integrates amazing scenery, having to the right the sea and to the left the mountains. It's just the perfect combination. Always to the left the mountains and to the right the ocean. I started with challenges right on the first day. I landed in Bilbao on the 9th of October and I had no clue that Spanish people were preparing to celebrate the National Day of Spain. All the accommodations were fully booked, and what are Spanish people doing on their holidays? They walk the Camino. And where was the decree signed by the Queen to declare the National Day? In San Sebastián, really close to the point where I landed and exactly in the spot where I was supposed to find accommodation. But me being me, I said I'm gonna go with the flow because I really like spontaneous moments, and I didn't book anything. No luck in Bilbao, so I went straight to San Sebastián. After I walked more than 10k in Bilbao and I did pretty the same in San Sebastián, I just lost hope. It was already 6:30 p.m. it started to get dark and I started walking towards the starting point, which is Irun. When I went outside San Sebastian, I climbed a really steep mountain, and at the last moment I saw a flickering light in the distance. It was an albergue when I met Jorge from Spain and Mahi from Mexico. It was a really nice evening together where we socialized, and I really changed my plans. Instead of staying one more night there and starting from Irun the next day, I just decided to start walking the next day with them. My initial plan was to walk from Irun right at the border with France, all the way to Santiago de Compostela in 30 days and 30 stages, following the north coast. Just climb a mountain, me here with my friend's cows.
I will miss you guys.
The first day on the Camino was astonishing. Starting from the albergue and right away having an amazing view of San Sebastian from the top, we made our way to the city and I immediately felt the spirit and energy of the Camino. From the first day I walked with Jorge and Mahi and I felt a close connection with them. I can't describe it in words, the only thing that I can say is that it was beautiful. It's middle of October and I'm really in the Basque country, which is quite a mountaineering area, and now I'm going from Orio to Deba. In October, the temperature is pretty good. I had plenty of sun during most of my trip, however the mornings and evenings are cold. You need some proper layers of clothes to be comfortable. After 1 or 2 hours of walk, I would stop and take off my layers of clothes. Yeah, the people that I met here are really nice, really simple people, modest. They all came here with a certain reason or without a reason. They want to explore, and I think that's amazing that they do this trip. And I already can say I have some amigos. This is my friend Bob, 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 Bob. Oh. Hey cow! Hello! Hello! I set up stupid goals at the beginning of this trip, but the real goal was to get rid of the anxiety, stress, and the negative rut that I was in by immersing myself in nature, being active every day, build healthy habits, and get back the healthy emotional state. Reached Getaria. It's a city about 12 kilometers away from Orio, where I slept last night, and now I'm heading towards Deba, which is about 20 kilometers away. So I think in about 5 or 6 hours I'm gonna be there, hopefully, and I can camp tonight. I walk all the way next to the coast and it's a super nice view, as you can see. Me here with my friends' cows in the back, yes. They're my friends, and I have this amazing view. The tourism around these trails, it's insanely developed. When it comes to the direction and the signs of the Camino trail, it's pretty hard to get lost. The pathways are well marked with a diverse range of signs, varying from the scallop shell to yellow arrows and stones that point the direction that you have to walk. And if you get lost, which is rarely possible, you can easily find your way back on the path through the Buen Camino app. At the start, I was fascinated about everything, about nature and especially about people. This day I walked with Josie from Belgium, who started from France about 38 days before me. Her stories and adventures were really inspirational. Now I have no clue if I'm gonna make it to Deba today, and there are a lot of ups and downs. I didn't plan it well at all with my backpack. It's pretty heavy, about 15 kilograms with my tent, so yeah, but I think it's doable. It's doable for me, but I wouldn't recommend it. When it comes to equipment, I made quite some mistakes. I started with about 15 kilograms, which was a really stupid mistake. A suggested guide is to plan to carry no more than 10% of your body weight. You will pass through villages and cities along the way, so anything that you're missing you can buy directly there. After this experience, I would advise you from the start not to take your tent, because you will lose a huge part of this whole experience, socializing and meeting great people on the way. Shoes are the most important item on your list, so depending on the terrain you need to choose your shoes wisely. And some of the most important parts, the mobile applications. Kamut was the one to monitor my walking stages, while Buen Camino was to mainly be sure that I'm on the right track, and Gronze was mainly used to find accommodation on the way. Eventually I ended up the day alone and I decided to camp overnight. So I woke up really cold. I was waking up a lot of times because I was cold. So I'm gonna get rid of the tent and sleep in albergue. It took me a while to actually pack everything, so that's another negative aspect of carrying so much equipment. While it is also one of the most picturesque stages of Camino del Norte, it is also a more difficult one. While camping, I didn't have any electricity, so I couldn't film much the next day. This was an intense hike. 7:30, we're gonna start hiking. This is gonna be our route for 24 kilometers today. In Guernica, I'm gonna just drop off my tent. It's remarkable how much joy you can get from walking kilometer after kilometer and not getting tired of the scenery that is on the way. Every day gave me so much positive energy from nature and from meeting simple and kind-hearted people. The day was quite easy, a lot of flat pathways. So far we were like walking a lot in the forest, and that's nice, it's chill. Outside it's quite sunny and nice weather, not too hot, not too cold. Just got here and I'm gonna chill a bit, having this view, waiting for the others. This journey helps you realize the impact of habits and routines. Every day you wake up, pack, prepare for the day, you get the right mindset and energy to get out the door and hit that road, knowing that step by step you'll reach your destination. Today is the 5th day when I'm walking, and today is gonna be slightly different because now we don't have anything booked, an albergue or a hotel or anything else, so we're gonna go with the flow and we're gonna try to find something that is on our way. We just had a coffee and a croissant in a cafeteria and now we're ready to go. You walk alone, maybe with people, you talk, you laugh, have fun, you share moments of silence. By now we form a strong team together. The relationships that you build on the trail are simple, deep and honest. On the 6th day we were walking calmly and there was a lady at the side of the road who was selling food. We stopped there for a moment and after discussing with her, she invited us on her porch where she shared with us some cooked apples and fruits. That was super nice, and I have to admit, in general the hospitality that I received in this country was just amazing. Contrary to the blue skies, wild beaches, astonishing cliffs and landscapes, what my videos and photos don't capture is the pain, the tears, the camaraderie, the connections, the willpower, the love, the power for change that is inspired by the people walking the Camino. Enter kind of a forest and it's quite steep, as you can see. A lot of great nature and a lot of bad nature as well. Adios.
Adios.
Adios. Gracias. Now I'm going to Lazam. After that I'm gonna reach Bilbao, which is gonna be in about 3 hours and 14 kilometers. I have to find some water because I just had a beer and it's quite warm outside and that I suppose is gonna hit me in the head. This day was one of the longest and hardest day on the Camino. We couldn't find accommodation on the way. We're walking right next to a road, which is annoying. It's a lot of noise, a lot of cars. It's quite hot outside. And it's, as I said before, not the nicest part of the trail, but what a man has to do, a man has to do. While climbing that mountain before Bilbao, I met Leon. We really motivated each other to push till the end while having meaningful discussions about life, work and the reasons behind this trip. Yeah, I met a Dutch guy, really nice talk that I had with him. We walked together for the last 1.5 hours, which was super nice. We had talks about life, about the jobs that he was doing, and was a really nice and interesting conversation that I had with him. I really made it. Yes. I'm going in the hostel now, in the room, and I'm gonna meet with the girls. Here are the chiquitas. After a few days of not seeing Jorge on the way and walking mainly with Mahi and Becky, we met again with Jorge in Bilbao and we had a really enjoyable dinner together. But unfortunately it was time to say goodbye to him because he ended his trip there. Today Becky left us. She's going back from where she took the bus yesterday, wandering through Bilbao and trying to find the old path to Portugalete. Getting out of Bilbao wasn't easy. I was just wandering around and trying to figure out how to get on the old way because there are like 2 main ways to Portugalete. Found my way towards Portugalete while meeting more friends. This day was quite like this, as you see it behind me. A lot of traffic, a lot of cars around. I was walking in the industrial area of Bilbao and after that in the industrial area of the cities around Bilbao. Mahi found the albergue and she booked it for 3 persons, so it means that also Becky is gonna join, which is really nice. We're gonna spend another day, evening together. Most of the time I slept in hostels, and how they are normally known in Spain, albergues. Usually there are two types of albergues, public and private ones. Public albergues are usually bigger than private ones. Some have up to 100 beds and are cheaper. Public albergues are exclusively for pilgrim walking the Camino. Tourists can stay here. Usually the public albergues have bunk beds, sometimes one big room, common dining area, a kitchen, and shared toilets and shower. Private albergues are smaller and usually more comfortable, as well as more expensive. Some private albergues are for donation. This means that based on your appreciation on the quality of services, you pay for it. The cost of an albergue was on average between 15 and 17 euros per night, and fancier albergues cost even 20 euros. Most of them they are open from around Easter time until the end of October. This time schedule might be more common on the North Way. Private albergues might open earlier or close later, it depends on the route and the number of people that walk it off-season. For the public albergues, you will always need credentials, while for some private ones it's not essential. The credentials are basically the passport of the pilgrims. And in order to get the Compostela, you stamp them every single day. Additionally, I opted also for hotels, I think twice in the entire trip, and I slept once in my tent. Albergue Bide Ona. As you can see, here I'm gonna sleep tonight. I have a bit of back pain, and especially my hip is not doing amazing. With some people, you bond immediately, and when it's time to say goodbye, it is really hard to do that. Are you gonna miss us?
Yeah, I will miss you guys. Yeah, you'll catch us up.
It's something special about how Camino connects people. Aside from the religious meaning, most of the people nowadays are following this journey in the scope of spirituality. The energy and sense of community along the Camino de Santiago is completely unique and very special. That's why people who want to meditate or take time to reflect over their lives, people who are at crossroads in life, are taking this path to clear their thoughts and maybe receive an answer on the way. Day 7 of my Camino. Mahi had a sprained ankle and she couldn't continue, so she's staying at least one more night in Portugalete, while Becky, she has a really slow morning. She's gonna enjoy her coffee, breakfast, and she's gonna have a short walk today. So I decided to continue further. This is how most of the days were happening. Sometimes I was starting with someone or just starting alone, and on the way I was meeting people most of the time. People are so nice here, especially in villages. One guy, for instance, stopped. He was riding a horse and he stopped and asked me where I'm going, and he gave me some advice, and he told me that the shops tomorrow, being Sunday, are closed. And another guy stopped and it was like, hey, I have apples, and he gave me some apples. I see a lot of people who show a lot of hospitality, and they're really nice with the pilgrims. After a few days inland, I got back to the sea, and every time when I got next to the coast, I was astonished. The coast, the sound of the waves, and the water have a magical and calming effect on me. I couldn't stop staring and being astonished by the mind-blowing view and the landscape that I encountered on the way. I guess this is where I'm gonna sleep tonight. I'm in Onton. It's 3:46 and now I'm going actually to the albergue. Here is where I started living the true Camino experience. This journey compelled many people that I met on the way, including me, to share emotions and be vulnerable in front of each other. This place was the first place where I met a larger group of people.
E augurarti che la strada sia lunga, che i mattini d'estate siano tanti quanto nei posti.
There is a song very special for us.
It was super nice where we stayed in Onton in an albergue, and Daniel was our host, and he was really hospitable, really mindful, and he was trying to help everyone with whatever he could. The previous night I met Hank, a really positive, talkative and fast walker pilgrim from the Netherlands. He was one of the nicest persons that I met on the way, and he filled everyone's days with joy and laughter. He started walking all the way from the Netherlands, which is completely insane if you think about it. Today I walked most of the day on asphalt, on this kind of roads, and it's, I would say, relatively dangerous. There is no separation between the car road. As you can see, there are like cars coming from behind, and pedestrians. Liedo. This is where I'm gonna sleep. By the time I met him, his sole ambition was to meet his wife and family again after a long period of time. He inspired us with the love that he was carrying for his wife and family. By this day, I met really genuine people that hike at different speeds. You catch up with them or they catch up with you, and eventually you stick together because you like each other's presence. We're on. Come on. Now you have to do it, you know? Now you have to do it. Best part of being human is being able to connect with other humans. The Camino drives you in a mysterious way to connect with the other pilgrims, having fun while drinking some Spanish wine and sharing some of the nicest experiences from the way. Yeah, you pay. But yeah, he has a speech. He has a speech.
Oh, what a win.
Happy birthday to who?
We have to drink. Buon Camino. Pronte?
Good morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is day 9. Today we're going to have breakfast, and after that we're gonna hit about 26 kilometers just want to show you what I see here. It's insane. It's insane. Like really beautiful sky. One of the most beautiful sunrises that I ever seen. This day started with an epic sunrise and it continued with an impressive scenery. During this day I met most of the people that I met previously. I met again with Finbar and Pixie from Ireland, while constantly walking with Becky and Hank on the ups and downs of the North Coast. On the way we enlarged the team with the Italian boys, and then we had some German company while reaching the seaside. We had about 1 hour walk through the cold, fresh and energizing water of Cantabrian Sea. After taking the boat from Laredo to Santonia, it was time to split again. Most of the team stayed together while I decided to continue the walk. This is, I think, the most difficult part of today, but it's a great view. I almost got to the next albergue. The other... Oh, hello! In Isla, part of the team got reunited, and we had a really nice dinner cooked by our host, and we again enjoyed the time together a lot. It's around 8 o'clock, and I'm going now to show you how I wake up here. It's crazy. Look. Helmut and Kerstin, they're gonna stay a bit behind. They're gonna stop in Guemes, so I guess I'm not gonna meet them again. I already said goodbye. Super nice people that I met on the way. So far this day I walked only on asphalt and it's pretty hard on the legs. This day it's pretty painful just because I have a blister in the sole of my left foot, which feels like a knot, and every single time when I step on it, it just gives me a really sharp pain until my spine. Starting with Bilbao, I had the most problems with my feet and blisters because there was a lot of walking on concrete, pavement and asphalt. Really a lot of surfaces that impacted my joints, and I don't know how this relates to blisters, but after starting walking most of the days on asphalt and concrete, the blisters showed up. My plan was to walk to Santander, but then I had a blister infection that stopped me from continuing the journey to Santander. It was like a miracle and a magic moment to stop in Guemes and to spend one more day with amazing people. Little did I know that this was going to be one of the best days of my Camino and one of the most inspirational moments of my life. And when I'm saying these big words, I'm not exaggerating at all. I didn't know about the place, but it seems that this place is the most famous place on the north coast just because of its significance. This is a donation-based albergue established by Padre Ernesto. Padre Ernesto is a priest that traveled the world just to find out more about cultures and how other people live. In 1979, Padre Ernesto, with 3 more people from San Francisco neighborhood community of Santander, began an exciting experience entitled Trip to the University of Life. The chapel is where a series of murals on the walls explain the philosophy of the place and of the Camino, which is not only the way to Santiago. It was remarkable that we were told that when Padre Ernesto will pass away, if there is not a continuation of the philosophy established there, the facilities would have to be sold or rented, and the profit would be destined to the ones in need.
With this long road, we have made 700,000 kilometers. In 4 continents.
¿Dónde están las flechas amarillas?
Where is the yellow flash?
¿Dónde está el albergue?
Where is the albergue?
¿Dónde voy a comer?
Where I will eat?
¿Dónde está Santiago?
Where?
Y el ángel le dice que Santiago es el ser humano.
And the angel that you see there will show you that Santiago.
El ángel aquí le dice que la flecha la lleva por aquí, él es Santiago.
And when we have find the way in our lives, then we will not go to Santiago, we will go to our hearts.
Just a priest with a camera, passionate by learning about new cultures and cultivating kindness and trust among people. This is Padre Ernesto.
Hello. Hello, this is Radio Santiago. And I want to say thank you to this place. It was really amazing. And my voice so bad, so shit. So, besos from Italia and Santiago. Ciao.
Today I'm walking to Santander actually, so also today it's a short day, about 16 kilometers and a ferry to take. Meantime, I'm gonna meet a friend, an ex-housemate of mine from the Netherlands, and I think we're gonna spend some time together. We're gonna drink some beers and catch up a bit because I didn't see him in about a year. How to have fun on the way with others. This day offers some of the best views on the Camino del Norte. From Guemes to Santander we took the route coast, which is the longest, but it was worth it. The route followed the coast, where we found some hidden beaches, steep and dramatic cliffs, and dreamlike scenery. It's definitely the best walk on Camino so far, from Guemes to Santander. Amazing view, like especially if you take the coast route. By far the most beautiful landscape that I ever seen. I really like to learn once how to surf. Yeah, I think I fell in love with this sport, surfing. It looks amazing. It looks so mindful and so nice, and I think I'm gonna give it a try when I have the first chance. Meantime, I decided to go for the first time surfing in my life because my friend would provide me with a lesson.
Don't be late for the bachelor.
I'm not gonna be late. At least save some for me, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers.
Cheers. Damn, man. Really enjoyed the time together and the surfing lesson. Can't believe that I'm gonna do this, what the hell? So how do I take this on me?
Alright, I'm gonna keep for a second round here, grab it and let's go.
No, in one. Hey, what I've seen was like before.
Yeah.
And I can say that surfing was the most romantic moment with myself ever.
We get some light from the...
I finished the night with one of the most epic sunsets of my life and a delicious dinner cooked by Chef Pasquale. The unreal scenery, the sound of the waves, and the dramatic cliffs just put themselves on repeat this day. Okay, I shouldn't play. Okay, say bye. albergue. It looks really nice from outside. In this specific day, to start the hike, we had to take the train. We waited for quite a while for the train, but in the end it arrived. Look at this turtle in front of me. This moment we form a really nice group with Becky, Pasquale and Kirstin, having a lot of nice moments together, walking on and off in the day and sharing a lot of laughter. Took you ages, what's that?
We did go a longer road.
You know that if he bites you, it's like...
So it was a long day. We are almost there to the albergue for tonight after about 8.5 to 9 hours from the moment we start walking. This is the old school where we're gonna live. Now it's transforming in an albergue and I've heard it's really nice. Bye bye. Buen camino.
Buen camino.
Today was again an amazing day. After walking through rain the past day, this day welcomed us immediately with plenty of sun and insane landscapes like in the previous days. We walked through amazing sceneries, meeting other pilgrims on the way. We stumbled upon a nun monastery, which was super nice to visit.
There's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go.
After the first surfing experience, I was hooked. Surf, surf, surf. Maybe I'm gonna surf. Today I'm gonna surf. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna surf because it's really nice weather. Becky! Let's surf today! Not we might, we're going surfing. Yeah. Exactly.
Belle so plat, man kan op de surfen, surf. 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 Belle so plat, man kan op de surfen, surf. 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 Ja, je belle so plat, man kan op de surfen. Belle so plat, man kan op de surfen.
Surfing was amazing, but I didn't film again because I didn't have a camera to take it into the water.
In touch, really. Yes, definitely. I'm sorry the goodbyes have to be so quick. See you again.
Same day, same people, trying to challenge myself. In fact, the toe hurt a bit,